What's the next stage?
Hey guys, Media Guys Lakova is back. Thanks for over 100 subs. Now that the introductions are out of the way, let's get into the review. Ultraman Ginga S is the sequel to the only other Ultraman show I've seen from start to finish, Ultraman Ginga, as it takes place 2 years before protagonist Hikaru Raido, Ultraman Ginga, doing his dream to be an adventurer, until he comes across a giant crystal known as Victorium. This resource is being stolen by our new villain, Chibo, in order to revive Dark Lugiel, the main villain of the last season. So it's up to Hikaru and his new group of friends, the UPG, to stop Chibo from stealing Victorium, alongside the help of a new hero in Show, or Ultraman Victory, part of the race that guards the planet's Victorium, known as the Victorians, who live underground. Honestly, this show is kinda complicated for me to speak on. This is mainly because, well, I'm only really a fan of one major aspect of the show, that being its main characters, Hikaru and Show. As well, they are both pretty cool characters, with Hikaru being this all-around nice guy who's always looking out for others and fighting for his friends. Personality traits he already presented in the first season, which continue on into this show, not complemented by Show, a massive loner who only cares about protecting his home and his resource of Victoria, making him very standoffish at first. But eventually, Hikaru is able to break down his barriers by making him be able to see how his strength doesn't come from just him, but the people around him who give him their support, such as the other Victorians and Hikaru, leading to a nice relationship between the two main Ultramen. That's fun to watch, but seeing Hikaru's friendly nature break down Show's shell more and more over time. This is where the show's issue starts, as Hikaru and Show are the only characters I really care about in the show. I mean, except for Tomoya and Ultraman Taro from the last show, but both of them have greatly diminished roles as Tomoya becomes UPG's main scientist, and Taro becomes a bracelet that gives Hikaru the power of Ultraman Ginga Stream, which is where the S in Ginga S comes from. But despite Tomoya's reduced role, he's the only character not named Show Hikaru he interacts with in a meaningful way, which leads to the issue of the main three new characters, the captain and the other members, Arena and Goku, not being given any time to really become enjoyable or likable characters. Not to say they don't try with Arena and Goku, but none of it ever lands to make them really memorable, probably because none of it ever involves some really interaction with Hikaru or Show, making them feel kind of extraneous to the plot. Same goes for Show's Victorian allies as well, but at least they actually hang out with Show despite their negative screen time. The same affects the villains as well, as Chibo and his crew are just not that interesting of characters, and 1-0, or Mana, while having a character with her realizing the humanity she holds, despite being an android, is interesting on paper, it's executed in a really rushed way, which leads to you not really caring about their arc. Well, I would say the show ends on a decent note, with a solid last 6 episodes filled with 2 amazing one-off episodes and a 4-part finale, which is actually able to play on Hikaru and Show's relationship with one another, as higher-ups in UPG want to use a device called the Victorium Cannon to kill monsters. But as the name states, the weapon is powered by Victorium, which leads to Hikaru and the others having to rebel from UPG, due to the fact that he values Show and his people and want to stop the negative effects that stealing Victorium for the planet will cause. While Show feels like he's been betrayed by Hikaru due to the creation of the Victorium Cannon and goes to attack UPG, but he fails and loses the relic of the dragon Shepherdon, who held this power the strongest Victorium. The two of them are still able to come back together in the end, in order to fight Lugiel in his new and improved form. But now that really removes what I think is the main thing that made the show not really enjoyable to me compared to the original Ginga. While it also had similar issues of having most of its main characters not doing as much as he wished they did, and not being the most interesting characters in the world, it also has a strong thematic idea of dreams, making these characters, no matter how basic they were, feel more integral to what the show wanted to do, making the show and its characters a little stronger through this thematic through line. But this theme of dreams is removed in Ginga S, and isn't replaced with anything as strong as the thematic through line, which combined with even weaker characterization for the cast, makes for a just less enjoyable show to me than the first season, despite how much I like Hikaru and Show. But that was just me. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe as well. See you in another review where I'm hopefully more positive.